the relay. Now there's a bit of a change of plans for the run. We'll be running around Albert Park instead of heading towards Furka. So we've got our permit for Albert Park all the way to 9:45. So do as many rounds as you can, please. We will also be here with you. After our rounds here at 9:45, we'll assemble here again at the marshalling area before we move on to Holiday Inn for the official part, as well as a light snack to finish off this morning's event. So 9 o'clock we'll begin our run here around Albert Park. Thank you. Everyone walk to the end, please. We're going to take a group photo in front of the lovely scenery there before we begin at 9 o'clock. So if you could more than welcome to join them, or if you, like me, would prefer the shade and to cool down, you're more than welcome to wait here for them. Now once they get back, we'll do a quick warm down, cool down, before we head off to Holiday Inn for a proper cool down under the air conditioning. So for those of you who want to wait, you're more than welcome to wait here for them. So we can all cross together at one go, so we can head off to our next destination. That's the Holiday Inn. I know it's beginning to sound like the Amazing Race, but don't worry, this is our last destination. So if you could all move up to the front, please, so we could cross the road together. I'll just run through our program quickly before we begin proper this morning.
Vulavinaka, and namaste to all of you. So, representative from ONOC, dear representative from FASANOC, dear representative from the disability community in Fiji, colleagues from diplomatic corps, students, teachers and parents, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. So today we are 500 days before the official opening of the Paris 24 Olympic and Paralympic Games of the Terre de Jeux 2024. Terre de Jeux in French, it means land of games. In 2022, for the previous edition, we had 44 embassies and host countries being part of it. This year, 2023, we have 128 countries and French embassies all over the world being part of this relay race. Relay race gives us the opportunity to deliver global messages. 3 messages. First, we pay tribute to each country's sports and athletes, their talent and their performance. 2, we also spread the Olympic and Paralympic values, and we contribute to get more people moving. We contribute to unite the sport movement around our respective organizations and countries. Also, we unite our workforces, and most above all, we unite our communities. Third message. Here in Fiji, we flag up a special theme, which is sport and inclusivity of members from the disability community, the Paralympic dimension of the Olympic Paralympic movement. Thank you so much for being with us. Dear friends, it was a great and overwhelming feeling to see the faces and smiles of each one of you as you took part in this race event. I hope everyone managed to complete the race, but above all, enjoyed it and each other companionship during the tour we made around Albert Park, despite of the sun. To conclude, I want to take this opportunity to thank especially members from FASANOC for their timely assistance in providing advice, logistical support for the race, and also representative from ONOC, and also Mary, Leslie, Yves, and also to Jackie Love, the CEO for Sport Matters. She's not with us today, but she provided us a huge amount of advice and ideas for this event. Special thanks also to the City Council, Fiji Road Authority, Fiji Police Forces for their kind support today. And also special thanks to the team of the holiday, where we are now enjoying air conditioning. And last but not least, thanks to all of you who have attended this race today and make it a great achievement for all of us. With that being said, I wish the very best now for our 127 other teams around the globe in their respective countries for their races in different varieties of sport. And I welcome you all to share the essence of Paris 2024.
Bulabinaka, and a very good morning to you all. First, I would like to thank His Excellency Francis Ledger for the invitation to FASANOC to take part in this wonderful event this morning. It has been a privilege and opportunity that FASANOC as an NOC here in Fiji is very proud to take part in, and also to share with the embassy here in Fiji. did not just happen yesterday or last year. When France presented its bid, it promised to the International Olympic Committee that it would be a game for all, a game for the whole of France. When this program was introduced in France, they made it to make sure that all levels of society would take part in it. And here in Fiji, we are taking part of this through the French embassy here in Suva, and it's giving us an opportunity to again celebrate the power of sport and to believe that sport can change lives. I'll invite the next speaker to come on, Inoke from ONOC.
Excellency Francois, Ambassador of France, Mrs. Margarita Lenoir, the President of FASANOC, also Mary Roden, who you see up the front here, representing the Disability Federation, members of the Diplomatic Corps. If I can also make special mention the children from the special school in Suva, as well as participants of today's relay. I also would like to acknowledge the parents who are here as well to support the children. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to participate in this legacy event today with now, and the ambassador said, 500 days to go before the Olympic Games. I stand here on behalf of our ONOC President, Dr. Robin Mitchell, who is away on duty travel, and also our ONOC Secretary General, Mr. Ricardo Blas, who is also President of the Guam National Olympic Committee, who's based in Guam. But the Secretariat of ONOC is based here in Suva, and we also had members from ONOC participate in today's relay. ONOC in Suva, the visibility is always on our member, which is led by Mrs. Lenoir. That's the Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee. But we've been around since 1981, and our secretariat is based here in Suva. We're actually right beside the British High Commission. So you would have passed our office when you did your rounds around Albert Park this morning. Now, while Australia and New Zealand have a healthy legacy of medal wins at the Olympic Games, the Pacific Islands can now boast a few, obviously Fiji contributing to that medal tally, and we also want to strive towards more. They refer to countries in our region as small Pacific Small Island Developing States, so SIDS is the acronym, and this legacy continues to grow, and the investment in sport continues to grow. Think of now the 2032 Olympic Games in Brisbane, Australia. And ONOC believes that this Games in 2032 should go beyond inspiration and must be remembered as the Games that gave Pacific Islands a new way of thinking, a new level of outcomes, and new levels of performance that we've never seen before. In closing, allow me to also just look back at an important event that we marked last week on the 8th of March, International Women's Day. Now, the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, and the Olympic movement, they've worked hard for the Olympic Games to become the largest gender-equal sporting event in the world. So as we count down to Paris 2024, we have 500 days to go. We look forward to collaborating and working further with our stakeholders and partners like the Embassy of France for ONOC to assist our 17 National Olympic Committee members, including Fiji, in their preparations and, most importantly, qualifications for participation at the Paris Games. With those words and those remarks, thank you once again, Your Excellency, and the organizers of today for the opportunity to have ONOC participate. And I say, Vinaka Vakalevu, and in French, merci beaucoup.
A very good morning to everyone. Your Excellency, President FASANOC, Mr. Lenoir, all my colleagues present this morning, friends. I wasn't expecting this. equality or gender balance, but then we still, there's a need for more women to participate, I would say, with the sport that I'm part of, table tennis. There's still a need for more women para table tennis players. Not just about us women in the urban center, it's about women out in the rural communities. A lot of women have just been watching me on TV, and they do comment when they meet me. It could be in the hospital or somewhere along the way. For those that have seen me in the newspapers, they would greet me, and I could see that, you know, there's so much that they would like to do too. They would like to be part of what's happening. I guess it's on us as sporting organizations to do some work around that. I think around the center, it needs to be everyone. And of course, our male counterparts too. I'm not going to miss you out. You also should be part of what's happening and working alongside the women. But then, yeah, we still need a lot of women, and it's about persevering. You just have to take it on. Whatever you're going through, don't just look at that as the end of life. It's not the end of everything. Tomorrow is in God's hands. You just have to make it today. Take a step, and the rest is in His hands.
End of our formalities for this morning. Now, before we continue, okay, please breathe. This is informal. Breathe, relax. This is not a formal event.
I'm sorry, the person who worked hours and hours to make success today. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Florence.
Seen these flyers being handed out. If you don't have one, we've still got some spares here with Madame Laurence. Okay, if you don't have one, don't worry. You can get one from her. Now, this is a very special flyer. Okay, all you have to do after reading this is go to the QR link. Okay, so with your smartphones, follow the QR link, which should take you to this page. Okay? Once you get on it, you simply register with your email address, your last name, your first name, specify your gender, because the marathon pour tout will respect parity, and your date of birth, and specify the code of the race you're participating in. For us in Fiji, our code is just on top here. That's TDJ 2024 Fiji, spelled in French. That's FIDJI. Okay. Once again, all you have to do is follow the QR code and the instructions on the website to win 2 very special beebs, numbers, the beebs, for next year's games. Okay. This is for a 10-kilometer race, which will be held in Paris, where they will pick 1 male and 1 female from each country to participate. So once again, please do try out your luck and attempt this. So our first question for today: where will the next Olympics and Paralympics Games be held? We've got a hand at the back. Paris. Congratulations, that is the correct answer. Paris in France. Second question: in which months will the Olympics and Paralympics Games take place? Yes, we've got one at the back. Yes, okay. So from the 20th of August to 8th September, correct. Thank you. Third question: what is the name given to the Olympic and Paralympic mascot? Third question: what is the name given to the Olympic and Paralympic mascots? It's a very special bird. You can attempt this. Yes, at the back again. Come again.
Peacock.
Oui, c'est ça. So the Friges. in English for us Frisians. I'll say. Question for this morning. Which city in France will first welcome the Olympic torch? We've got one winner here. Thank you. Next question, don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting closer to the refreshments. Now, can anyone guess how many volunteers are expected to be mobilized for the Paris 2024 Games? 1,000 volunteers for next year. That is the correct answer. Sixth question. Can anyone tell me how many para sports will be part of the Paralympics next year? Mr. Bainimarama has gotten the answer. There will be 22 para sports on the program for next year. Thank you so much. Next question. Seventh question. Did you know Paris will become the second city to host the Olympics 3 times after London? Now, does anyone know in the crowd if you know it's the previous Olympic Games? Now, in which years previously did France host the Olympic Games? We've got one answer, 1924 and 1900. Congratulations, Delana. Congratulations. The answer. 10th question. Can anyone guess the colors of the French national flag?
Blue, white, red.
Blue, white, and red. Begs but 2 more questions. Our last 2 questions. Who can tell me the name of the French ambassador to Fiji? With the hand, yes.
François.
Francois. Thank you so much. Okay. Francois. Thank you so much. Last question for this morning. Who was the first Fijian female Olympian who took part in the Olympics? Okay, so this was Miriama Shambo. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it through to the next round for this morning. Morning tea. Thank you once again. Before we move out, if I could just kindly ask you all to assemble so we can have a group photo before we head out for morning tea.